Hello guys, my name is Dalen. Kind of just coming on here for fun. At my locals, I came second place playing Tearlaments. Nothing crazy, kind of just like a fun deck. I wanted to show it off. I didn't play this because I thought this was like a crazy meta pick or like the deck was insane or anything like that. But it did get a couple buffs from the ban list, and the new Neuron like ranked system thing resets in October, so I figured this is the last week. I'll just play something fun and then I'll kind of like grind for a decent spot during the next season. I guess here's the list. So the deck is 42 cards if I remember correctly. 42 cards, yeah. So pretty standard. I played 3 Rhino Hearts, 1 Merly, 1 Havness, 1 Sharon, because that's all you can play. I played 2 Tearlaments Kashtira with the 3 Fenrir to search it. For the most part, I would say this is like pretty standard. Fenrir is a crazy card, and then you can just search a tier cache. You can search it off Sulliek, you can search it off the planet. You don't feel the need to mill it too badly, so like for me I thought 2 was fine. And then best package in the game, Fiendsmith. So yeah, my idea with the Fiendsmith is like, yeah, Moon's banned, but this deck doesn't really care because either you draw your Fiendsmith engine or you just mill it. Like, if you mill a Fenrir and then any other Light Fiend, which actually happens so often, you just get Fiendsmith stuff. So yeah, for me, I thought Fiendsmith was fine. Like with the Tearlament cards, they're not too crazy because you don't have kit close. So no kit makes Rukalos harder to make. I didn't really see a good reason to play King of the Swamp or something of that nature to make Rukalos. It just felt so unnecessary to me. So yeah, I just played Fiendsmith. I guess this is essentially my substitute for losing the Rukalos negate. 1 Keldo, 1 Medora. I don't think these cards are like crazy this format. It didn't seem that great. The thing is, I was lacking quote unquote good mills, because you have like your tier names and like that's essentially it. Like, I guess you're Fiendsmith too, but like if you already have Fiendsmith, there's no reason that you want to mill it. So these were my good mills, I guess. I don't know. It didn't seem crazy to me. It never really came up today. Like, I used one of these against Yummy to try and shuffle things back, but like, they have a synchro. They just tag out, summon them back, like. So yeah, I don't know if I would play these in the main deck at least going into the future. I did have them in the side deck originally, but again, I was lacking good mills. Another thing I considered was Malicious, Destiny Hero Malicious, but it also just felt like unnecessary to me. Newly unbanned, Glow Up Bulb, goated. To be honest, this card isn't like that crazy. The most nuts part about this card is that you use it to make Nat Beast. Like, that's pretty much it, I guess. It mills a card to summon itself back, but like, that's not too crazy. Hand traps, I just played 3 Fua because this card's insane, and 3 Ash to stop Fua because that card's insane. To try and kind of help with going second, which this deck kind of struggles with. But because this deck is like pretty good at going first, I felt like you didn't really need any more hand traps. You just kind of needed to stop Fualos or Meows, etc. For spells, 3 field spell, best card in the deck, honestly. 3 scream. I tried 2. I just think you kind of want to see this card for the extra mills, because it is so hard to make Kaleido Heart now without the kick close. Like, essentially, you have to have Rhino Heart plus you have to mill 2 names. You can't just normal Rhino dump Havness. Like, you kind of need 2 names or you're not doing that much. So I felt like you needed to play this to mill as many cards as possible. 1 grief. I feel like I might have wanted to play 2 of this card. I saw it once. My hand was like astronomically bad. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but I saw like Lacrima, this, Ash, and like 2 Fua, I think, or something like that. So oh wait, no, one of the cards in hand was Sulliek. It was Lacrima, this, Sulliek, Ash, and Fua, I believe. So I like normal Lacrima. I baited some hand traps with the Fiendsmith stuff, and I just went Grief, summon Rhinos, dump Rhino, like off the Grief. Just summon Send, and then Grief effect, dump Sulliek, summon itself. And then like we got to places with that. And then you play Foolish Burial. Yeah, you send tier names. You can send Glow Up Bulb. Good card. And I play 2 Foolish Goods. You can dump Sulliek, you can dump Trivikarma, get this. Very good card. Unfortunately, I saw Foolish once today and it got ashed. So, yeah. 1 Rhoda because it searches Rhino Heart. Pretty good card. 1 Tract and 1 Talents, also to kind of help going second. Also, it's not a terrible card going first, especially because hand traps are pretty prevalent in this format, and you play hard into K9 in this deck. And then traps, 3 Sulliek, and the Trivikarma. For the extra deck, I played 1 Kaleido Heart. This is the only tier name I play. This card is absurd, man. Like, it's crazy. I like summon it, spin a card, Sulliek, send it, like on another turn, summon it back, send another, like, bro. Oh man, it's so good. This card's so good. Unfortunately, it's hard to make, but the card's good. Fiendsmith stuff, 1 Requiem, 1 Sequence, 1 Agumde, 1 Necroquip Princess, 1 of the new, newly unbanned Fiendsmith Lacrima, let's go. Desiree, Caesar, and I also played the Pilgrim Reaper. Originally, I wasn't playing the Necroquip Princess, because like with the Lacrima, you don't really need it. But there have been some hands I saw in testing where I'm able to make Caesar and Pilgrim Reaper, which is kind of nuts with the Necroquip. Also, because you play Muddragon and Garura, in case you can't make Kaleido Heart, you can make one of these 2. So you can make Muddragon as another level 4. You can make Exoton if you play it, or Time Thief if you play it. Or you make Garura, you can link it off, draw a card, or you can make Pilgrim Reaper. But yeah, one of the things I found in testing is you don't have a lot of darks to make Muddragon. Because you need 2 monsters with the same attribute but different types. So you can't use 2 tier names. So what I found to be easiest is you just tier name with either like a Pilgrim Reaper you use the effect of, or a Necroquip Princess that you have engrave, like assuming you make Pilgrim and detach it off of that. I don't know. It came up once today, actually. I only ever made this card to make Nat Beast, but I mean, I would say that's a pretty good reason to make the card. And then IP, SP, Sprint, dump Merly. You can also link the sequence off to make Sprint, which I found to be really good. And the last card, Nat Beast, like, absolutely insane card. Infinite spell negates, plus it has to mill cards to, like, do so. Like, this is a custom tier card at that point. Like, this card is absolutely absurd. I went second against my Yummy opponent. I cracked his board. He has like 3 cards in hand. I made Nat Beast. The 3 cards he had in hand was Cupsy, Obedience Schooled, and Engage. So just negate Engage, negate Obedience Schooled. He normaled Cupsy, made Snatchy effect. I had the Soliac and Kaleido Heart, so like GG's. Anyways, for the side deck, 3 Perulia. Originally, I was main decking this card, but again, I thought I didn't have enough interruption, like enough good mills, so I took these out and I played the Shufflers. This card is absolutely absurd in this deck because it is an Aqua, so when you mill it, you can shuffle it back to make Kaleido Heart, which actually is really relevant in this deck. But yeah, I decided to side it, which was like fine for me. 3 Droll. Droll is still a good card, I think. Droll also stops Model Charmies. So I did kind of side these in going first sometimes. I played 1 Called By and 1 Cross Out. So when I go first, I can take out the Charmies. I also played 1 Crime. So basically, I would take out my 3 Fuelos and put these 3 in. I realized Crossout isn't that good, because if you're siding out your Fuelos, your only target is Ash, which Crossout against Ash can be good against, like, good in this deck. But, like, the one game I went to side this in, I was like, wait, no, this isn't even a good idea. I don't even know why I put this in here. And then for going second, 3 Droplet. This card is absolutely insane. And 3 Super Poly. I decided to play Super Poly because you are just, like, in-engine playing Muddragon and Garura. So if you're playing against a deck where you can make these easily off Super Poly, then, like, you might as well just throw this in. Like, this card's nuts. And if you can't, then, like, just draw a Droplet, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. This felt fine to me. Like, these cards are pretty insane. So essentially what you do when you go second is you take out your Fiendsmith cards and you just, like, unleash all hell on your opponent. Because you also have Fuelos as well. So you have Fuelos, Perulia, Super Poly, Droplet. Like, it's kind of just GG's at that point. I'm going to run through a couple test hands. Maybe, well, 1 or maybe 2, 3 test hands. Because when I do deck profiles, I like to go in depth, explain everything. I like to do, like, a combo section, but this deck doesn't really combo because it, like, it heavily depends on your hands and mills, so for that reason I'm doing test hands. Give our opponent our deck, they cut. Let's see. Ash, Sheeran, Murley, Tier Cash, Fenrir. This hand's nuts. So assuming we don't get hand trapped, I would lead Special Fenrir. I would hold off on the effect until we add to just play around Droll, because the Fenrir effect isn't usually the most relevant unless we really badly need a tier cache. But for this scenario, we're fine. I think what the next best route would be would just normal Murley, get some mills going. So we'll normal Murley, we'll mill 3 cards. You hit another Fenrir, a tier cache, and a Rhino Heart. Oops. So we'll go chain 1 Rhino Heart, chain 2 tier cache. So we'll mill 2 more. And then we'll summon the Rhino and discard the Sheeran. And then we'll go chainlink 1 Sheeran effect, chain 2 Rhino effect, chain 3 Soliac. So Soliac, I'll I think adding another Rhino Heart would be the best option because we kind of already have everything. This dumps before the Sheeran fuse. So we can dump a Havness, and then the Sheeran will fuse. We will use the Havness we just sent. That way it's still live, and we can keep our bodies. And we'll use these two and make Garura. Now that we've added a card to hand, we can just Fenrir effects, thin out the deck a little bit. And then we can go Tear Cache, banish the Fenrir from grave, summon itself, and activate the on-field effect in mill 3. So Scream, Havness, Scream. Interesting. So we'll go chain 1, Havness, chain 2, Scream. Scream will get us our Sulliek. And then the Havness will fuse. We'll make Kaleido Heart. Because we summoned this Rhino Heart from grave, it gets banished. So we'll go Merly, Havness, and the Rhino Heart. And we will make our Kaleido Heart. I was hoping to mill a Light Fiend so we can get our Engraver to be live, but it's okay. This is still pretty decent. I mean, we have follow-up, we have Ash. We can link these two off. We can make IP. Garua, we draw a card, so... Dead Fua, that's fine. So overall, this isn't a terrible board. We have Ash, we have a Fenrir Banish, we have IP, make SP, and then we have Sulliek to negate a monster, send Kaleido, and then we have Kaleido, summon back, spin a card, we can dump something, we can fuse again, but I don't play Dragostapelia, so it wouldn't be too relevant. We can make Mud Dragon for, like, protection, I guess. Anyways, I'd say that's not a terrible end board. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's my deck profile. This deck's fun. It's not crazy, but, like, again, I had fun. I don't think this is the be-all, end-all of tier deck profiles. There's definitely, improvements that can be made. But this was, like, a very quick, like, I threw this list together the day of the event for fun, so yeah, definitely improvements that can be made, but I thought it was fine. Side note, I wanted to, like, I tested out Millennium, so I can make Zombie Vampire. I think the extra deck is really tight in this deck. You can make room for Zombie Vampire. You can cut Caesar if your goal is to just go into Zombie or Pilgrim Reaper all the time to mill cards. You can cut the Agumde. You can cut Necroquip, I guess. Like, in theory. In theory, you can cut Desiree and Agumde if you want. This actually did come up, though. But, like, yeah, I guess you can just make Caesar. You don't have to worry about these. Especially now that you have the Fiendsmith Lacrima back. Because you can just make the Pilgrim Reaper. But, I don't know. I thought it was nice playing Desiree and Agumde. The big problem I had with the Millennium engine is, like, kind of, like, does nothing after, like, the first turn. Like, you just use it. I think Horus is a lot better. I don't have the Horus cards, but those cards are crazy in this deck, because at least if you mill them, if you have a King Sark, or if you play a bigger package with the field spell, they are just live every turn to summon back, and then they're big beaters. They're Imseti is a dark monster, so you can use it to make Mud Dragon. I don't know. I think Horus could be really good in this deck. Thing is, I don't know what I would cut for it. Maybe you cut Fiendsmith for Horus. And then you can... I don't know. I don't know what you can do, man. You figure it out. It's your deck. I'm not telling you what to do. You do what you want to do. It's a joy of playing Yu-Gi-Oh. Anyways, yeah, that's the end of my deck profile. So next month I'm gonna be hard grinding, so you'll see some more competitive decks, mainly Draco Tail, because that's the deck I chose to play for this format and last format. I think Draco Tail is really fun, so make sure to stay tuned to check out weird variants of Draco Tail, I guess, because I'm gonna be playing a lot of different versions. Maybe, who knows, I might play a Tearlament Draco Tail deck. I don't know. We'll see. Stay tuned. Yeah. YouTube outros are awkward.